Assalamu alaikum everyone. Chief guest Dr. Frank Islam, Ms. David Reisman, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Pro Vice Chancellor Sahab, Abdullah Bhai, our very dear Chairman of the Department, Parvez Talib Sahab, and our Dean Sahab, Wali Bhai. Of this dais, we've got some very good friends who have traveled from us, and the family of Dr. Islam from America, Faizi Bhai and Shaheen, and of course Sharik who's come with us, and some very good guests who joined us, Mr. Tarun Basu and Professor Rajesh Singh from the Pune University. We welcome you all today here, and it really is a great pleasure and honor to be here at the inauguration of the Frank and Debbie Islam Entrepreneurial Center, a celebration of invention and innovation. Interestingly, the word innovation comes from the Latin word innovare, meaning to renew or to change. So invention can be claimed as the creation of a novel idea or a solution itself. Innovation is the evolution or improvement of that very idea or solution. What is important though is that regardless of whether you have invented something or have an innovative idea, if you are thinking about monetizing it, you then are an entrepreneur. According to the Global Entrepreneurial Monitor, of the nearly 7.5 billion people around the globe, there are about 590 million people who qualify as entrepreneurs. That means about 1 in 12 people on this planet either identify themselves as entrepreneurs or contribute to society, to the world economy as entrepreneurs. Just in the USA, and I use that example because of the rich data that we have, more than 700,000 new businesses start every year. Less than half of them survive, which is about for the 5-year mark that they can sustain themselves. But if you think of it as a glass full kind of a guy you are, 1 out of every 2 new US businesses will still be alive and kicking for around 5 years. And a very few of those will change the world as we know it. So what makes a new business successful? Is it knowledge? Is it hard work? Is it a sound business plan? Is it fortune? Or perhaps, is it all of these? I believe it's all of these, but there's one central element that is at the foundation of every successful venture, the ecosystem that nourishes the idea, the mind, and the body of the entrepreneur. An ecosystem of funding, of mentorship, of support, and of course of collaboration. This center being set up by Dr. Frank Islam for the great Aligarh Muslim University will have all the necessary physical, intellectual, technological, and connectivity infrastructure in place to help young entrepreneurs like you to become successful in this great world. Because we believe that while talent and perseverance are the core ingredients of successful entrepreneurship, connections and collaboration are the true catalysts. And this Frank and Debbie Islam Entrepreneurial Center has been established precisely for that very reason, to create a sustainable ecosystem on this campus that will help discover the inner entrepreneur within you, connect you with the people who share your passion and your dreams, and help those become a reality. With the establishment of this center, funded fully by Frank and Debbie Islam Foundation, a milestone has been achieved at the Aligarh University, setting forth this great organization under the wings of the esteemed academic institution, as one of the pioneers in cultivating entrepreneurial leaders of the society, of this country, and of this world. And that really is the core essence of this endeavor, the vision of this initiative to identify and enable entrepreneurial leaders here at the Aligarh Muslim University. Leaders who will contribute to the positive transformation of our country, leaders who will not just be job seekers, but be job creators, and leaders who will address unmet needs and solve difficult problems, leaders who will drive sustainable value in this economy, leaders who will make our world a better place by bringing invention and innovation to society. With this brief, I would like to say something about our benefactor, our very dear and visionary Dr. Frank Islam, about whom much is known not only in India but around the globe because of his love and affection for this great, wonderful university, our very dear Aligarh Muslim University. Still, let me refresh it for you, some of that information. Now, Dr. Islam is an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, a civic leader, a writer, thinker, and of course an Aligarhian. Dr. Islam has a special commitment to artistic, civic, and educational causes. He is guided by the rare virtues of hard work, focus, quality, innovation, kindness, and a very genuine desire to do as much as he can. Above all this, he's a fine human being. I'm sure all of you have heard about Dr. Islam, that he serves on the boards of many, many universities, on many boards of fine institutions in North America and across the globe, on trade advisory councils, and on financial committees, and on Exim Bank. The list goes on and on. He also heads the Frank Islam and Debbie Dreisman Charitable Foundation. Frank, of course, has authored many books on entrepreneurship, education. He writes blogs and columns for many leading international dailies, think tanks, and journals. I'm not sure where he finds the time to relax at the wonderful house he's built in Washington, the Norton Manor, at a cost of $55 million, with his lovely wife, Debbie. She was the one who put the human touch in that house that is their abode for their lifetime. So 5 years ago, on the 13th July, Frank Islam invested to create a new Department of Management Studies. This complex at Aligarh Muslim University. The doors opened in 2017 in this fine structure. While one phase of the engagement is over, like Parvez Talib Sahab was saying, the inauguration and the physical structure is also partly done, but a lot of work needs to be done to nurture the department to churn out quality leaders who will develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills. They will be ingrained with values, and attitudes and beliefs that will shape them in their professional careers. Like hundreds of thousands of well-wishers across the world, I see this collaboration between Frank Islam and Debbie Dreisman Foundation and the Aligarh Muslim University as a very significant step towards that goal. Many people on the dais, specifically, of course, our dear Vice Chancellor, Professor Talib Sahab, our Dean, and on the stage we've got the Finance Officer and the admin team of the university, and many, many people, the unsung heroes who may not be here. They have put their mind and body and soul into this beautiful complex, and of course, Frank's own money and heart. Earlier today he was saying that the university is like the Shahida, जो नफ्स आपकी होती है उसके लिए होती for your heart. This is what he has done for EMU. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our very dear friend, Dr. Frank Islam, and a very fine human being to the department here. Thank you.
You know, Ali does a really good job, so give him a big round of applause. So when my wife and I was there about 3 years ago, so we just had the stone done. There was nothing else, the dirt floor. Now, it really looks pretty good. So somebody mentioned that construction can begin. So it did begin now, isn't it? So I'm grateful to you for your warm welcome, and thank you for your hospitality, and thank you, Ali, for that kind introduction. Mr. Vice Chancellor, thank you for being here, thank you for your service, and thank you for all you do to make a positive and profound difference in people's lives. Your service is important. So let's give a big round of applause to the Vice Chancellor. I also like to thank the Vice Chancellor of Pune University, Rajesh Singh, and my friend Tarun Basu being here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. and I also have members of my family here. They all came here to check this place out, as we say that in the United States. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Professor Talib and also Javed Akhtar. Javed Akhtar, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for coming here as well. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Professor Talib and his team who has worked so diligently to make this center happen. Pervez is the heart and the soul of this center. Give him a big round of applause. He has been and continues to be the guiding light. And he sends me email and WhatsApps all the time when I'm back in the States. So thank you for being so good at answering my emails. My special thanks to Ali Rizvi for his effort, his constant guidance. My deep appreciation to Dean Ansari for his leadership and for ensuring that today's AMU students are empowered to take on transformative tasks. My thanks to you, student, for using that empowerment to advance your own careers and to take actions on behalf of others to help them become empowered themselves. It's a very special moment for my wife Debbie and me to be with you today to the inaugurations of the Entrepreneurship Center bearing our name in this management complex, which is also named after us. It's hard to believe how much has happened and the progress that has been made in this complex since we laid the foundation stone for it in 2016 and participated in its dedication ceremony in 2017. Opening this Entrepreneurship Center is necessary next step to ensure that this complex serves its true purpose and achieves its full potential. As I've said in the dedication ceremony of the complex, while the bricks and mortars are important, far more significant is who will be in it, what will go on this setting. It will be a place for sharing of information and imparting and development of knowledge. It will be space where the faculty students can collaborate on innovative projects. It will be an educational empowerment zone. Entrepreneurial leadership converts empowerment into action. That is why the Frank and Debbie Islam Entrepreneurship Innovation Center will be such a pivotal part of this complex. The center will be a place for collaboration. The center will be a place for promoting 3 I's of successful entrepreneurship: ideas, innovations, and implementation. The center will be a place for cultivating entrepreneurial leaders. As I explained when we were here in 2016, our overriding motivation in supporting the management complex is because of the emphasis it will place on preparing the students at Aligarh Muslim University to become entrepreneurial leaders who will engage in activity that will create jobs, build prosperity and opportunities for thousands of people throughout India and in other parts of the world. Entrepreneurial leadership is the key to the future of this center. And that's what I want to talk to you about here today. Especially I will address the concept of the entrepreneurial leader, the journey to become an entrepreneurial leader, to development of the skills and disposition to be an entrepreneurial leader. Let me begin by defining entrepreneurs. We talk about it all the time, so let me define it. There are various definitions. The one that appeals the most to me is the entrepreneur is a person who organizes and manages any enterprise, especially a business, usually with considerable initiative and risk. I like that definition because it emphasizes any enterprise and extends the definition beyond just the business owner. A person can be an entrepreneur in any type of organization as long as he or she is willing to step up the plate and take a leadership role to shape the direction of the enterprise or the portion which he or she controls. In that regard, let me share one other definition that applies. That definition is of the entrepreneurship. It was provided by Professor Howard Stevenson of the Harvard Business School almost 40 years ago. Professor Stevenson said, entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity without regard to resources currently controlled. In other words, the entrepreneurs are not constrained in their thinking. So, let me combine these two definitions into my own definition of entrepreneurial leader. Entrepreneurial leaders are the dreamers who dare. They are a seeker who seize the moment and take calculated risks to create the enterprise and job of the future. They see opportunities where others see problems and challenges. Take it one step further. Entrepreneurial leaders see the pursuit of possibilities as doing the right thing. As the old American saying, managers do things right, leaders do the right thing. There's an old saying which says that entrepreneurs are born, not made. Take it from me and from my journey. Contrary to the old saying, the truth is that leaders and entrepreneurs are made and not born. No one comes to the womb a leader or entrepreneur. You may be born more or less advantaged or disadvantaged socially and economically, but to celebrate and to become and be respected as an entrepreneur, you must do it the old-fashioned way. You must earn it by doing the right things. Working within that construct, in my opinion, the entrepreneurial leader is a person who recognizes that becoming an entrepreneurial leader is a journey, and who invests the time to make that journey in a meaningful and thoughtful manner without taking the shortcuts along the way. Let me describe my own journey as an example. Many years ago, I was sitting in a classroom here at Aligarh Muslim University. I was preparing for my journey, but was not exactly sure where it would take me or what would be required to succeed. As it evolved and progressed, my journey consisted of 6 phases: getting a good education, doing my apprenticeship, becoming an entrepreneur, building a strong and talented management team who shared my vision and values, staying the course, and broadening my horizon. When I graduated from University of Colorado with my advanced degree, I was not prepared to go directly to owning a business. That's because I did not know how business operated. I had no real experience or exposure to business prior to starting college. So I needed the experience. So I worked with the 2 major information technology companies in the Washington, D.C. area for about a decade to learn the ropes and ins and outs of doing business with the government.
Yeah.